welcome to the Larry Itliong Unity Park Grand Opening event. Before we begin our opening ceremonies, please welcome Lisa Nadal, the Executive Council Member of the Tohono Indian Tribe, for a land acknowledgement.
Good morning, everybody. Before I begin, as to my culture, we like to thank all the elders for allowing me to speak here. It's an honor to be here, especially in my hometown as part of the Tohono Indian tribe. We acknowledge with the gratitude that the meeting place here of Delano, California is a traditional territory of the Katinemuk people of the Tohono tribe, a place their nation has called home since time immemorial. After the Tohono tribal leaders worked for over 15 years petitioning for the federal government for recognition, the tribe finally received tribal reaffirmation in January 2012, which reaffirmed the tribe's status as a federally recognized sovereign Indian nation with an established government-to-government relationship with the United States of America. The land on which we gather today and its surrounding areas are still home to many indigenous communities. We are grateful for all the indigenous people who continue to care for and remain interconnected with the land. We promise to be consistent stewards of this land for the future generations. Aho.
And now, an invocation from Father Daniel Bringas, retired chaplain.
Good morning to everyone. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Naimbag nga bigatyo amin na po. Don't we find it ironic that the deeds of great people only begin to get noticed, much more recognized, when they are no longer with us? To see the results of the blood, sweat, and tears that they have shed to achieve goals. And such is the case, my dear friends, of what we are gathered here today. This park, which is named after the late Larry Itliong, for his sacrifices in improving the farm workers' working conditions, stands as a strong and everlasting testimony of what I have just said. So friends, join me therefore as we dedicate this park in his name and honor. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord Jesus, you gave us Saint Joseph, your father, as a model for honest and dedicated labor. We thank you for inspiring and guiding the late Larry Itliong to this purpose. May this park always bear witness of the great sacrifice he went through, the courage, dedication, and commitment he gave in improving the farm workers' working conditions. As its name implies, Larry Itliong Unity Park, may it always be and stand as proof of that when minds and efforts come together, our small voices become loud and big, and we achieve results. For in unity there is strength. And may this park also reminds us and inspires us to commit ourselves in service for the common good. We entrust this park under your loving care and protection. Bless it and the people who set it up and continue to maintain it. Protect all those that come and make use of it. Enjoy the amenities it gives and grant that all who use this park, in accordance with your law and your will, may by calling upon your holy name, receive health of body and protection of soul. Amen.
And now, introducing the Cesar Chavez High School world-renowned award-winning Drumline.
check, mic check.
Now let's welcome our Masters of Ceremonies, Max Bacerra and Suzanne Villaruz, a son and daughter of original Delano models.
Thank you very much for your presence and for your participation here in at this event. Thank you. You'll see them again later on today. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for coming here today. My name is Max Bacerra. I'm a proud son of a Delano Manong, and with me today is Suzanne Villaruz, also a proud daughter of a Delano Manong. Thank you all for coming here. You know, as I think about today and I think about what we're doing here and what this day means, it's a special time. I think about my dad, Uncle Larry, Uncle Willie, Uncle Philip, all of these guys that I called my uncles, people who raised me in terms of who I am today. And I want them to know that we've arrived, and I just want us to be proud that we're all here today. And first of all, let me just ask you, everybody, can I have everybody, because I want all the Manongs to be here today. And if they're with us, I know we're doing something good. So I'd like all of us to say all at the same time, good morning, Delano Manongs. Can we say that all together? Ready? Good morning, Delano Manongs. Okay, thank you. But it means so much. This is a project that took a lot of labor, a lot of love. Thank you to the Delano City Council, but it takes a vision, and I do want to call out one person who allowed us to carry out this vision. We are here today because of our great Delano City Council, but it takes a leader, and one of the leaders that are with us here today is our city manager, Maribel Reina. Maribel, can you let us know where you're at? I know she's out here somewhere. Maribel? Back here? So can everybody give a round of applause to Maribel Reina who allowed this to happen? She got council to agree to let us name this park the Larry Itliong Unity Park. Thank you, Maribel. But anyway, we have a great program, and I'll let Suzanne say a couple of words, but on behalf of Uncle Larry, my dad, Maximino Bacerra, and all the other Delano Manongs who were here and taught us well and taught us the values of respect, hard work, and dedication, and perseverance. Thank you, and everybody please enjoy this wonderful new park, the Larry Itliong Unity Park. Thank you.
Good morning. I always acknowledge my family whenever I speak in front of the public. So I'd like to acknowledge my partner, Arnold Morrison, right there in the middle. My daughter, Nicole Villaruz, who has done nothing but make me proud. My grandchildren, Thomas and Violet, who scare me every day. My brother, Lou Villaruz, and my very hardworking, very attention-driven person, my sister, Eileen Villaruz Gonzalez. She's the vendor person, she's the decorator person, she drives me crazy. I wanted to tell a story today, and I know I just have a few minutes, but I have to tell the story. One of the reasons why when Alex Edilor called me and wanted me to work with FANHS about our history, I went back in my memory to working for Uncle Larry when I was in high school. And then I went a little further when I was a senior in high school and he passed and I didn't even know because I was busy being a senior. Then I was my freshman year in college and I went to a professor's class talking about the farm labor movement in Delano, and she read it from a book, had never been to Delano. And I thought, our story has to be told by us in Delano. Fast forward to Cesar Chavez's funeral. My sister, me, my daughter, we marched the march, the last of the great marches of that, can you believe it, that century. We marched behind his coffin built by his brother. And we got to the tent. We had met at Chio and Butter Gonzalez's house, and we marched the march from the Memorial Park all the way to 40 Acres. We got to the tent, and my brother brought my mom to the tent so she could participate. And she wanted to say hi to Ethel Kennedy because she wanted to say hi to Ethel Kennedy. But my brother and sister and I stood on chairs, and we looked for the other Filipino families in the crowd. And we looked, and we realized we were the only family there. And in that moment, I realized we were marginalized in the eyes of the world when it came to the UFW. And I thought about the Manongs who are still in Agbayani Village, and that their contribution, their sacrifice, their struggles had been marginalized. And it broke my heart, and I thought I gotta do something, and I didn't. Fast forward again, 20 years, and Rob Bonta brings forth a law to teach Filipino labor history in the books. Fast forward 10 years from that, and Gail Romosanta and Don Mabalon write a book about Larry Itliong. And fast forward to today. We're naming a park in Delano for this great hero. And we are realizing Filipinos contributed to the history of California, to the United States. And that is what I thought of and didn't even know I was thinking of. And when I sat in that college class at UCLA thinking, she don't know what she's talking about. Now people will know. We meant something in labor history. We stood shoulder to shoulder with our Mexican brothers and created the UFW. And here today we honor Larry, we honor all our Manongs, and for me, we honor my dad. Thank you for being here today. Enjoy the afternoon. We have lots of speakers, but a lot of fun entertainment. Thank you again.
And now, to start us off here with our national anthems, I'd like to introduce Koumba, Carino, Diallo. Koumba will also be singing right after the Star Spangled Banner, our Philippine national anthem as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Koumba, Carino, Diallo. Thank you.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilang ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan ba may di magdidilim. Lupang nag-aral ng luwan, hatid bang sita, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mang-api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Koumba, who is still in elementary school. Oh, I'm sorry, she's in middle school.
Oh my gosh.
She still hasn't graduated from 8th grade. She's in 7th grade. I'm just butchering this. We would now like to call our esteemed mayor, Joe Alindajao, to speak.
Sorry about that. Good morning, Delano. How's everybody doing? Come on, guys. It's Saturday morning on a beautiful park. How's Delano doing this morning? All right. It's much better. I'm still kind of in shock that we started on time. You know, there is such a thing as Filipino time. It's a real thing. But I first want to start off by saying thank you to Manang Max for giving me this 30-minute slot. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Marc Pulido for yielding this time. Thank you, Marc. But all kidding aside, welcome community and distinguished guests from near and far. Thank you for being here on this special occasion where we dedicate Delano's newest park. The community pool and park have long been a symbol of community, unity, and family. And for many years, the Ellington swimming pool served the community. It was in 1947 that the City Council created a swimming pool committee. It was made up of the elementary school district and the high school district. And together they formed the committee, and the budget for the Ellington pool was $68,000. Wow. It probably cost that much just the grass we're standing on today. Not even. Yeah, not even. Thank you, sir. $68,000. That pool served this community for 50 years. In 2013, the city of Delano purchased the land that you're on today that would later become the Larry Itliong Unity Park and Aquatic Center. I want to thank, yes. I want to thank our past council members who began this process back in 2013. I want to give them some credit for their vision and their commitment to making this park happen. Council member Ruben Hill, Grace Vallejo, if you're here, wave at me. Ruben Hill, Ruben Pascual, and Joe Aguirre. I also want to thank some of my colleagues on the current city council who also had a hand in this. I forgot to mention, I see council member Brian Osorio, he's here as well. Thank you for being here, sir. Our current council member, Sal Solorio Reese, council member Mario Nunez, council member Veronica Vasquez, who's on the stage with me here today, and our Vice Mayor, Liz Morris. I also want to thank our city staff for their hard work and contributions on making this a beautiful park, a place where families can come and make memories and have a good time. Finally, I'm standing on this beautiful structure appropriately named the Manong Amphitheater, a metaphor for many of our lives because many of us stand on the shoulders and foundation laid by our Manongs and our Manangs. Thank you to them. Manongs like Larry Itliong and my dad, Lucas Demana Alindajao, I'm a proud son of an original Manong to Delano. Now, my dad taught me a lot of lessons, and I want to leave you with 3 lessons that my dad taught me. And I'll save all the boring and important lessons, okay? Well, the intangibles that my dad taught me. He first taught me how to properly squat while pulling up a weed from the grass. I demonstrated for you, but this suit's kind of tight. He taught me how to squat properly. Another thing my dad taught me is You can point at things using your lips. Dad, where are my shoes at? Over there. You go over there. There. You know, you can just use your finger, Dad, but you know, we use his lips. And also, the third lesson I learned from my dad is you can get people's attention by a simple shh, shh. I bet you a bunch of Filipinos just turned around right now. I learned a lot from my dad. Of course, I learned hard work. Hard work, how to manage a family, how to take care of a home, how to contribute to the society and community. And I'm proud to be the son of a Delano Manong, as many of you are standing here today. It's by God's grace and our Manong's life work that we have the opportunity to thrive and succeed in this life. So enjoy the park, make good memories, thrive and succeed. Have fun with your families, but let's be thankful and be good stewards of this place and its meaning as the Larry Itliong Unity Park. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to introduce our Vice Mayor, Ms. Liz Morris.
Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful park. What a beautiful addition this park is to our city of Delano. Larry Itliong and the Manong would be proud to have this park dedicated in their name. It's an honor to welcome all of you here to this historic celebration for the Larry Itliong Unity Park. Thank you to all those who've traveled here from all parts of California to join us in this great celebration to honor Larry Itliong and the Manong and their contributions to the fabric of our Filipino heritage. We recognize their hard work and struggles to better the working conditions of the farm worker. I also want to recognize those that have made it possible for us to have this celebration. First of all, let me thank the city for allowing us to name this beautiful park in Larry and the Manong's name. We appreciate the city staff for working with us and accommodating us with our vision for this park. Thank you to the committee and our chairperson, Max Bacerra, for bringing us together to make this event happen. Thank you to those that were raised here in Delano and have come back to give back and plan this historic event. To all our honored guests and those that came from Stockton or San Diego, La Cuesta, Cerritos, and any other city you might have come from, we want you to know how appreciative we are to have you here, and you are truly, part of our family. We love you, and we hope that everyone here will come away from this event with a better understanding of who we are. So with that, thank you and welcome, and let's move on to this wonderful program that they prepared for you. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Mr. Herb Delute. He's the president of our Delano FANHS chapter, and we'll talk about the life and history of our proud Larry Itliong. We'll be joined by also another Delano resident, Roger Gadiano. Herb and Roger, please.
Thank you, Max. Buenos dias, magandang umaga sa lahat. Good morning. My name is Herb Delute. I am the president of the Filipino American National Historical Society FANHS Delano chapter. I will provide the history and life of Larry Itliong. Joining me is Roger Gadiano, who has been leading tours in Delano about Larry Itliong, Philip Veracruz, the Great Stripe, and the Manong. He will provide his personal narrative about Manong Larry and Manong Philip. Let's start. Larry Itliong was one of the fathers of the West Coast labor movement from Alaska to California. Manong Larry is the most famous for his pivotal role in the 1965 Delano Grape Strike. Itliong founded AFL-CIO Union, the Agricultural Workers Organizing Committee, AWOC, and I will refer to that group as AWOC in my speech. They also played a major role in the Delano Grape Strike. The majority of the members of AWOC were Filipinos, the Manongs. Let's start at the beginning. Modesto Larry Dulay Itliong was born in 1913 in the San Nicolas of the Pangasinan province in the Philippines. Immigrated to the United States in 1929 and joined his first strike. He spoke multiple languages, the Filipino language, the Ilocano, Tagalog, Visayan. He also spoke Spanish, Cantonese, Japanese, and taught himself about law. It was only logical that Manong Larry would become a leader. As a labor worker and organizer, he spent time in Alaska, Washington, South Dakota, and Montana. After serving in the U.S. Army in World War II, he settled in Stockton. Itliong, along with Rudy Delva, Chris Masalmas, Philip Veracruz, and Ernest McDonald, became involved in the asparagus grape strike. Itliong was also a shop steward and the vice president of the International Longshoremen and Warehouse Workers Union in Seattle. He moved back to Stockton. He was officer of the Philippine Community of Stockton, Filipino Farm Labor Union, and the Filipino Voters League. In 1965, he was leading AWOC. On May 3rd, 1965, Larry led AWOC to strike against the Coachella grape growers. He succeeded in getting labor wages, but in Bolin turned his to Delano grape fields. The Delano grape strike of September 8, 1965 began as a Filipino effort. Manong Larry was able to convince C.C.H.S and the National Farm Workers Association, the NFW, to join the strike on September 16th rather than cross picket lines. Larry's reasoning was that a united front was necessary to obtain a contract. That's the reason why it's the Unity Park. The AWOC, NFW formed the United Farm Workers, UFW, with C.C.H.S as the president and Larry Itliong as the vice president. The grape strike lasted 5 years, finally resulted in a contract with the UFW and the growers in 1970. Manong Larry was involved in other community efforts such as the California Rural Legal Assistance as part of President Lyndon B. Johnson's war on poverty. With C.C.H.S, Dolores Huerta, and Itliong sitting on the founding board. Itliong served as assistant director of the UFW under Chavez. In 1970, he was appointed the UF National Boycott Coordinator. In 1971, Itliong resigned from the UFW, citing disagreements on union priorities, specifically not supporting the aging Manongs. Itliong and longtime friend Philip Veracruz worked together to build a retirement home for the Manongs, Agbiani Village. This is next to 40 acres, which was where the UFW contract was signed and was the early UFW headquarters. Larry died in 1977 of Lou Gehrig's disease and is buried here in Delano, across the street, and we have a sign marking his grave. So if you go to the cemetery, it's over there. You will see where he was buried. When you have the time, visit the exhibits of Larry Itliong and the Manongs and the gym. At 1 p.m., they'll have a workshop and entertainment. Thank you, Erwin Mina and FANHS Museum, of the beautiful and informative exhibits. The next speaker will be Roger Gadiano. He will provide his personal narratives about Manong Larry and Manong Philip. Roger.
Thank you, Herb. My name is Roger Gadiano. I'm a longtime resident of Delano. I'm an immigrant, FOB, first off the boat, 1954, I arrived in Delano. In Delano in 1954, I was only 7 years old. Well, this park, all the homes, they used to grow cotton, they used to grow melons. I mean, this is all field. Delano in 1954 is only 8,000 people. There was nothing here. Okay, except you have to, this is the picture you need to know. Where were the Manongs? Who were they? Where did they live? Well, if there were 10,000 Manons, at least 1,000 of them lived in Delano, Rich Grove, and Early Mark because of the miscegenation laws, and they couldn't own property, and they couldn't marry outside of the race. You have to understand, we were locked up, okay? And the only thing they gave us was work in the fields. And then, but the thing was, Delano, like all things in civilization, grow. They progress. Things get better. Okay. We fast forward to 1960. Okay. There was talk of a strike. The reason I know about that is because my dad, we had a store. We had a store that supplied food to the camps, Filipino labor camps from Arvin all the way to Fresno. In my dad's books at the store, there was at least 40 labor camps. Right here on county line, there are 6 labor camps all the way to Rich Grove, purely Filipino. You have to understand the picture. Where were the Manos? They were living in those camps for years. Where were who was in Delano? There were mestizos. There were a bunch of Filipinos that married white, Mexican, black, Indian, Native Americans. They married, they're men. They need wives. Okay. And then, okay, that's the picture of Delano. I mean, we're basically all farm workers. Nobody was rich. Everybody was farm workers. We worked to eat. We worked to survive, to buy a home, to buy jalopies, junk cars. Nobody was a mayaman. That's rich in Filipino. Believe me. We're all from farm workers' background. Okay, how did I learn? How did I know about Larry? Fast forward to 1975. Me, Herb Delute, Alex Edlor, Johnny Cristobal out of Early Mark, my brother, Chris Bernito. These are all first-generation Filipinos. We decided to have a statewide basketball tournament. And with that, we decided to have a barrio fiesta at Cicero Park. What is it known? First Philippine Weekend. You guys know that, right? That was 1975. Anyway, we were promoting the weekend, and we had a meeting at the Filipino Hall, and we asked questions, and we were telling the people the timeline of the events. What happened? They asked questions, and then somebody in the back stood up. It was Larry Itliong. He said, "Oh, Roger, you know what you're doing? You know, college boys, you guys know anything?" You know, he challenged us. And that's how I got to meet Manong Larry. And then eventually it turned out good. The first statewide basketball tournament, we had teams from San Diego, San Francisco, Stockton, you name it, San Diego, they came. It was a big deal, and it's still a big deal today. But then after that, Manong Larry invited me to his home. He wanted to talk. He was curious. He was already out of the United Farm Workers. He was retired, living at home. He had kids. He was married to Nellie, and Patty was his daughter. They lived over there on 15th Place. And me and Alex would visit him. I visited him first, and Alex and I would visit him, and we used to bring a six-pack, and we used to enjoy lighting his cigars, because Larry likes cigars. And we talked. We had lengthy conversations, and then he would talk about what were the young Filipinos doing? What would we want? This is 1975. We said, you know, we were the first generation of Filipino mestizos. I mean, of all kinds, Mexicans, white, black, you name it. We were the first generation of American-born Filipinos, okay? And we were the first generation of immigrants like myself. So we were growing. We were still young. We were growing. Delano was still a little bitty town. You're talking maybe 15,000 then. Is that over? Oh, they want me to speed it up. But anyway, the story gets better. I know it's kind of long, but you know, I know a lot of history about Delano. Well, to make it okay, so we asked them. I had asked them. Why was he organizing? Well, when he told me, He did it because no one cared about farm workers. You know, we were in the bottom of the list, and that in order to get our voices heard and to get improvements in the working conditions, we had to organize, we had to unionize. He believed that. He really did believe that. And to his dying day, that's what he did. He did that. And he also mentioned the fact that when the strike started, he hooked up with Mr. C.H.S. And he said that by joining together, they formed a solidarity, a bond that got him over the top. But it didn't take months, it took years. But they finally did it. So, and you know, he was glad for that. He was glad that, you know, that teaming up was the right thing to do. And anyway, so you don't know this, but back then, they didn't have restrooms. They didn't have clean drinking water. They didn't have pesticides and herbicide controls in the fields. They didn't have workman's comp for injuries. They didn't have temperature rules in the fields. They didn't have overtime rules in the fields. And most of all, they didn't have seasonal unemployment. You know, that's the reason they have migrant labor, because people had to move to eat. You have to understand, we're farm workers here, okay? They keep telling me to wrap it up, but I got a story to tell. But anyway, the strike opened up the doors, and now it's state law that they provide good things for farm workers. We're not left alone. We're not abandoned, okay? And a few more things. I want to talk one more. Mono Philip Veracruz is I liked him. He was an intellectual. He was learned. He spoke well. He stirred the crowd, and he enjoyed speaking at universities and colleges. He was a considerate gentleman, and he understood his role in the farm workers. In closing, I would like to say that Manong Larry was a true leader. It took guts for him to keep organizing for all those decades. You know, he felt the need to help workers who were at the bottom. He really did. He never bragged about his accomplishments. And in closing, I would like to say that if Larry Itliong was alive today, he would truly be honored to have a park named after him. It would fill his heart with so much pride and give him a sense of personal accomplishment. Thank you, Manong Larry. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Mabuhay! Okay, thank you, Roger. To honor our high school seniors, who will be our future leaders, I want to close by announcing that we will have the Eduardo S. Mina Scholarship ceremony at 2 p.m. So recipients and family members, please meet in the gymnasium. I repeat, the Eduardo S. Mina ceremony will be at 2 p.m. and recipients meet at the gym, and we will have a 1 p.m. workshop and entertainment in the gym also afterwards. After entertainment here. Thank you again.
And now, to the mother of us all, to a lady of class, distinction, and ever so much optimism for our future, but remembers the past because she was there. I would like to introduce a lovely woman, a great leader, Dolores Huerta.
Thank you very much for letting me join your celebration. The reason I wanted to speak to everybody here is I probably knew Larry Itliong. I probably of all of us that are here today, I probably knew Larry before anybody here did, and that's because I'm from Stockton, California, and I know the Pollard family's here. Pollard from Stockton, okay. And I just wanted to kind of add to the history of Larry. We all knew Larry as a fearless leader. And I was organizing a group of farm workers in Stockton called the Agricultural Workers Association. And I had an Okie organizer, I had a Latino organizer, I had a black organizer. But we were looking for a Filipino organizer. This is all volunteer, nobody was getting paid for this, okay? So I asked all of my Filipino friends in Stockton, can you give me the name of somebody that can help us? And it was one name that everybody kept saying, Larry Itliong, Larry Itliong, Larry Itliong. So I searched Larry and I found him. I found him where he lived at in Stockton, California. And so I went to his house. I spoke to him and his then wife, and I told Larry what I was doing. We were organizing this group of workers called AWA, Agricultural Workers Association, and I asked Larry if he would help me, and Larry said yes. So I just wanted to say, my claim to fame is that I recruited Larry Itliong, everybody, okay? Yes. And so Larry and I were together. That organization we had, the Agricultural Workers Association, then became AWOC because they sent somebody from the AFL-CIO to meet with our group. And when they saw how many farm workers we had organized, we had a couple of hundred farm workers, then they decided to send an organizer and fund some money. And we opened up a building in Stockton, and our group then became the Agriculture Workers Organizing Committee, AWOC, okay? AWOC. Larry has always been a fearless leader. You know, it's traveling up and down the state with the crews. I left AWOC because they were working with labor contractors, and as many of you have been farm workers know that with the Latino labor contractors, it's not a good business. Filipino leaders were very, very different. So I left AWOC, and that's when Cecil and I decided to start the United Farm Workers Union. Anyway, the National Farm Workers Association. Larry and I kept in touch. When I would go to Stockton or he would come to Delano, we would always manage to meet and talk. So after they had the strike in Coachella, Larry called me. He was in Delano, and he said we want to do a strike in Delano. He invited me to the strike meeting when everybody was talking about it. Many of the workers were very reluctant to strike, and they told Larry, hey, we just had the strike in Coachella. You know, we're still broke. But Larry was such a great leader, he was able to convince them to go on strike. Then I got Larry and Cesar together so they could talk about joining forces for the strike. And then, of course, the rest is history. You know, that strike became very, very successful. For 5 years, that strike lasted for 5 years. The Manongs, the brothers, they picketed for 5 years, everybody. Think about that. For 5 years, they picketed all the packing sheds. Some of the brothers, they went to New York. Julian Baladao, Brother George Catalan. So many of them went all the way to New York City to work on the boycott. And then I want to say about the Agbayani village. Pablo Agbayani was one of the strikers. Pablo Agbayani died on the picket line. He had a heart attack. And that's why we named the Agbayani village after Pablo Agbayani. After we won and we started signing the contracts, the growers started throwing the Filipino brothers out of the Manongs out of the places where they were living. And so that's why we said we have to form the Agbayani village. So the retirement home, which is still in existence today, okay? So I am so happy to be here to celebrate this wonderful park for Larry Itliong, for all of the work that he did. We can think of all of the miles that he put, all of the sacrifices that he did, and to know that we have this park for Larry and for all of the Manongs and all that they went through, the discriminations that they suffered. The discriminations that they suffered that was so cruel. And so, you know, this is really in their memory, but we should never, never forget them, okay? We should never, never forget them. So, que viva Larry Itliong. Everybody say big old viva. Que viva Larry Itliong. Okay, let's do that a little bit louder, okay? Que viva Larry Itliong. Viva. Que viva the Manongs. Que viva. And we're going to continue working together to make this world a better place for farm workers and for all of our people that are constantly being discriminated, especially the young people. What do we say? ¿Se puede? It says, sí se puede. Are we going to work together? What do we say? ¿Se puede? Okay, muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Mabuhay.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you for being here. You know, we're very fortunate to not only have the Itliong family here, we also have the Huerta family here. and we also have the Chavez family here. That's what unity is all about. We have everybody all together, and we are Delano. Now I would like to introduce a good friend of mine, Marc Pulido. Is very involved in local government. He is the mayor, the former mayor of the city of Cerritos. He's also he was the former district director for the congressman for the Long Beach area, Congressman Alan Lowenthal, and he, as a student, came here to Delano, met with Uncle Philip, met with all the Delano Manos, and he has a short story he wants to share with us. So without further ado, everybody, please welcome Marc Pulido.
Good morning, sisters and brothers. Let's try that again. Good morning, sisters and brothers. Right on. Good morning, Honorable Mayor and Council members of the great city of Delano, Mayor Joe Alindajao, Vice Mayor Liz Morris, and Council members Salvador Solorio Ruiz, Veronica Vasquez, I see you, and Mario Nunez, as well as your city manager, Maribel Reyna. I want to thank you for your service and leadership to make this beautiful park a reality. Let's congratulate the city of Delano. Good morning also to Honorable Delano Union School District Board Member Suzanne Villaruz, Honorable Santa Ana Council Member Phil Bacerra and his wife Wendy, retired Kern County Housing Authority Board Chairman Max Bacerra and his lovely wife Jan, Manang Cynthia Bonta, the mother of our Attorney General Rob Bonta, is in the house, and a point of personal privilege, Cerritos City Council, Cerritos City Commissioner and my wife, the love of my life, Gloria Perlis Pulido. He's right there. Say what's up there. Also, good morning to the Itliong family, Sandra Itliong Bowman, my compadre Johnny Itliong, and though she's not here today, I want to shout out to my inanak, Angela Itliong, Patty Itliong Serda, Priscilla Itliong Bacus, and Frank Bacus. We are all here in unity with your family to honor and pay respects to your father, grandfather, and uncle who helped unify our community right here in Delano and beyond. I want to also acknowledge the important presence of the Chavez and Huerta families, Paul and Andres Chavez and Dolores and Emilio Huerta. Let me just say that one more time. We are in the presence of a living legend, Ms. Dolores Huerta. Thank you for your leadership, keeping the farm worker movement alive and continuing the fight for social and economic justice. Your presence honors the spirit of unity sparked nearly 60 years ago in 1965 and signifies a future of possibilities for our communities for generations to come. Good morning, my beautiful sisters and brothers in solidarity in the struggle. I am humbled and honored to join you, along with my wife Gloria and my sister Marisa, on this beautiful historic day for the grand opening of the Larry Itliong Unity Park. We were very honored to be here about a year and a half ago for the groundbreaking, and we are deeply grateful to join you once again. We are proud to represent the Filipino American National Historical Society, Los Angeles County Chapter, and the Agbayani Village Pilgrimage Organizing Committee. For the past 37 years, we have made countless road trips from Los Angeles to Delano to bring hundreds of college and high school students to learn about the important contributions of the Filipino American community to American history. We consider Delano as the Mecca for our Filipino American community here in the United States. We feel that places like the Filipino Community Hall, Agbayani Village at 40 acres. And now, this, the brand new Larry Itliong Unity Park, are sacred grounds for our people in this country. These are not just historical sites. They are gathering places where generations come together to affirm our shared humanity and strive for a better tomorrow for us all. Manong Max Bacerra asked me to speak about the legacy of the Delano Manongs. He said, "Brother, speak from the heart." And I told him, in all honesty, it's difficult for me to do because I get emotional because of the profound impact that the Manongs had on me as a teenager when I first started visiting Delano and Agbayani Village in 1987 when I was only 18 years old. There were only about 20 Manongs still alive back then. We spent a lot of time together with the Manongs, Philip Veracruz, Bob Armington, Pete Velasco, Fred Abad, and many others. We listened to their stories, talked all night. We danced Filipino folk dances for them, and we ate adobo and pancit with them and played cards with them. Little did we realize we were learning from them, and we carry their lessons forward to pass on to our future children. In time, we visited them in the hospitals and attended their memorial services to mourn them, but more importantly, to celebrate their lives. Due in part to racist, anti-miscegenation laws, most of them grew old without ever having children of their own. Consequently, we became their chosen family, adopted sons and daughters of the Manong generation, college students from UCLA, UC Berkeley, Cal State Long Beach, and so many others, some of whom are here with us today. And I see you. I see you. And I know that what brought you back here today to Delano are those deep feelings of love for our beloved Manongs. When the last of the Manongs passed in the late 1990s, the visit stopped. Life happened. Until we realized it was on us to keep their stories and legacy alive. By the early 2000s, we realized that the fire that the Manongs set ablaze in our heart was still burning strong. So we started visiting Delano again and connected more with a new generation of Manongs. And that's right, they're not just kuyas, they're not just uncles, but they earned the right for us to call them our new Manongs, like Roger Gadiano, like Alex Edelor, and Max Bacerra. We intentionally called our road trips pilgrimages because they became very powerful, spiritual, life-transforming journeys for us. Manong Max asked me to speak briefly, but to speak from the heart and share what the Manongs would want me to share. So I searched. You can go on YouTube. I searched and I found some words from Manong Larry Itliong, who unfortunately I never had the honor of meeting in person because he died much too soon. You see, he passed away at the age of 63 in 1977, and I was only 8 years old. I found some rare film footage from 50 years ago in 1974 of an interview with Manong Larry that was featured in the documentary entitled The Filipino Americans. In the film, Manong Larry, he made this statement. 40, 50 years ago, when Filipinos were allowed to come here and work in the fields of California, we were brought here primarily to be exploited, cheap labor, to where the employers could make a lot of money. Now, for many years that we have been here, Filipinos have tried to organize themselves, bring about better working conditions, and increase their wages, which are the lowest in the country. And this struggle was not easy for the Filipinos because the forces of the employers are against them. The city, the state legislators are all against these people because of the fact that we are minorities. Eventually, we figured that in order for us to develop the kind of vehicle that we need to help ourselves, we have to get involved in the political structure of this country so that we can have an input as to the kind of legislation that needs to be passed to bring protection, such as our right to organize. And also, we as Filipinos in this country must have that kind of position. And we are in the process of developing this. So we hope that this will happen very soon, that time will change and for the better for all the Filipinos in this country. Manong Larry's words speak for themselves. He spoke unapologetically for his generation. Man, he was blunt and to the point about the plight of Filipinos here in America. There was urgency in his voice because he knew time was precious and fleeting. He was tired of the injustice, the pain, the frustration of his generation. He wanted resolution. He wanted self-determination for our people and our community. He felt we deserved to be an equal part of this country and society. And he was right. I want to focus on Manong Larry's statement, which was a challenge to our community to get involved in the political process of this country, to vote and to run for office so that we can have input into legislation that needs to be passed to bring about protection to our rights. He went on to declare that we as Filipinos in this country must have those kinds of positions of power to affect positive change. In other words, he wasn't about to wait for others to do it for us. In fact, little known fact, Manong Larry ran for Delano City Council in 1966 at the height of the Delano grape strike to bring greater attention to the plight of the Filipino American and Mexican American farm workers and to blaze a trail for others to follow. He went on to become the national president of FAPA, the Filipino American Political Association, with chapters across the United States, whose members were mostly Manongs and increasingly recent immigrants from the Philippines post-1965. Manong Larry led our community with the hope that future generations would continue to make a powerful impact and contribution to America. Now, I have personally taken this challenge to heart to pursue public service and political empowerment, as have Mayor Joe Alindajao, as has Mayor Pro Tem Liz Morris, as has Council Member Phil Bacerra. So has our great Attorney General Rob Bonta, who is united with us in spirit because duty called him to another part of the state today, but he's definitely with us in spirit. Further, there is a new generation of activism and leadership among millennials and Gen Z. You see it, we've been seeing it the past couple of weeks on college campuses across the nation. There is also great promise among Generation Alpha. They're right here. They're on the playgrounds. They're on the grass. These are the young ones who will be playing here and making childhood memories right here in Larry Itliong Unity Park. They are the living legacy of our Delano Manongs. Collectively, intergenerationally, we are the beautiful, vibrant, powerful legacy of our beloved Manong generation. That greatest generation that made possible so much of our community and other communities to become a more inclusive, more equal part of this great nation that we call America. I want to also say this to our friends and allies from other communities, our sisters and brothers, our hermanas y hermanos. Thank you for your continuing support and solidarity in the struggle. May we all continue to learn from each other, grow and evolve together towards an even higher level of unity for the sake of our future generations here in America. In closing, let us all give thanks to the Larry Itliong Unity Park Host Committee. And I especially want to thank Manong Max and Manong Jan Bacerra, Manong Roger Gadiano, and our late beloved Manong Alex Edalor up in heaven. Mabuhay! Thank you and God bless.
Good morning. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for the invitation of having us here. My name is Guillermo Gonzalez. I am here on behalf of Congressman David Valadao. And I have a certificate, but before I present the certificate, I would like to say a couple words that he personally wanted me to say. Congratulations to the City of Delano on the grand opening of Larry Itliong Unity Park. This park will serve as a daily reminder of the pivotal role Larry played to improve working conditions to our nation's farm workers, Larry Itliong's legacy will continue to have a lasting impact on the Delano community. So I just want to say I want to piggyback on that as well and say that we appreciate everything you guys are doing with everybody involved in making this happen, and we would like to present the certificate to you guys. I'm not sure who I can present it to.
My name is Janet Tapia, Kern County District Rep for State Senator Melissa Hurtado, and it is a pleasure to be here with you all celebrating the grand opening of this park. As someone who was raised on work from agricultural laborers, my parents were both farm workers, I can say that I grew up listening to the horror stories because that's what they were, horrible working conditions that they had to work in order to provide for their families. And then you hear about how there wasn't restrooms available in the field, they didn't have cold water, and all of that changed when Larry Itliong and the Delano Monongs and then eventually the United Farm Workers stepped up and realized that change needed to happen. And I think we can take that lesson moving forward and work together and recognize that big changes happen when we work together. And we should all strive to become that person that when people remember us think, things were awful until Larry came and he set the farm worker movement in motion and he changed our civil rights for the better. And so on behalf of Senator Hurtado, I just want to say thank you to the City of Delano, the Larry Itliong Unity Park Committee, as well as to Larry's family, and say thank you for this park, thank you for bringing our community together, and for creating the safe space where our community can gather. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Claribel Gutierrez. I'm the field representative for the Assembly Women, Dr. Bains. And it's an honor and a privilege, me living in Delano. I love the name of the park, Larry Itliong Unity Park. And I hope that we'll sit down today and reminisce and analyze the unity part of it. That because of the struggles that they did in the past, we are able to enjoy this present today. I know that it's hard, and a lot of us got our own thing going, and we always working to strive in different areas. But at the end of the day, we come together in one accord for the community that we serve. And my boss, Assemblywoman Dr. Jasmeet Bains, gave a memorial resolution to the family of the Larry Leon, because everything that he did together with all the residents at that time, they were making sure that our voices were heard. And I know that today we continue to struggle in some areas, but we don't see the people as Jesus sees people. When you do to the least of this, it's like you're doing unto him. And for me, it's essential that in unity, we could accomplish anything. So I have a memorial resolution for all members of the family, and so I'm going to present this to Patty on behalf of the Assemblywoman, Dr. Jasmeet Bains.
Mabuhay! My name is Art Armendariz. I'm the representative for Supervisor David Valadao, District 4. And it's nice to see everybody here. It's been a long time that we had a Filipino gathering. And it's about time that we show up in force to give a helping hand to the Larry Itliong family. And keep up the good work and what's going on. This is a beautiful park, guys, a beautiful park. And I want to thank the City of Delano for pursuing this and getting it done. And the Mayor, Joe Alindajao, are you here? Can you step up forward, sir? This is from the Board of Supervisors, our own David Couch. In recognition and celebration of the grand opening of the Larry Itliong Unity Park located on 200 West 11th Avenue in Delano, California, for exemplary of public service working together for civic contribution in the community and in Kern County. A job well done, people. Thank you.
Mabuhay! I'm Santa Ana City Council Member Phil Bacerra, and I'm sure you're wondering, what on earth am I doing here all the way from Orange County? Well, you are looking at Santa Ana's first ever Filipino American elected to their city council in their 138-year history. Now, but you also might be thinking, that's great, good for you, but why are you all the way here in Delano? Well, I have the honor of honoring the work of my cousin, Max Bacerra, along with the Larry Itliong Unity Park Organizing Host Committee and the City of Delano on this beautiful park that will not only serve the recreational space for the residents of Delano, but as a place to celebrate the contributions of Larry Itliong, the Delano Manongs, and their impact on the farm labor movement. I am a proud descendant of the Delano Manongs. My grandfather, Candido Bacerra, who before coming to Delano, helped build the Matterhorn at Disneyland as the first Filipino master carpenter in Orange County. He also worked as a farm worker on the 40 acres here, and he helped build Agbayani Village. It is fitting that this park is going to be known not just as the Larry Itliong Park, but as the Larry Itliong Unity Park. When I see Dolores Huerta here, I think of the unity of Filipinos and Latinos that have made these amazing achievements of the farm labor movement possible. Like the Santa Ana City Council that I sit on, the Delano City Council has members that are Latino and Filipino. I would like to ask Mayor Alindajao and the members of the Delano Council to please come up. I'd like to present you with a certificate. And I know this is going to be a little incestuous here, but can I have my cousin Max Bacerra come up? While the Delano City Council and the Itliong family deserve much of the credit for being here today, there is somebody else here who's did a little bit of work to bring us all together here today. So I want to present this certificate to you, cousin Max, for the organizing committee and for all the work that you've done here in Delano, in the Central Valley, and all of California. I couldn't be a prouder cousin, Max. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the park.
Thank you, Phil, and the city of Santa Ana. This is made out to the committee, the Larry Itliong Unity Park Organizing Host Committee, Suzanne Villaruz, and there's about 10 of us here on this committee, so I accept this recognition on behalf of everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And now we're to the point where we're going to hear from the family of Larry Itliong. I'm happy to say that I grew up with almost everyone, well, not the little ones, but with the ones who are here. And it's fun that they get to speak about their father, who they have always known was truly a great man, and now everyone is truly learning it. We're going to go from, well, we're going to go through the column. Okay, Patty is going to speak first. She is his youngest child, and I believe his granddaughter Haley will also be joining her mom. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and my beloved community. Today, as the daughter of the remarkable Larry Itliong, my heart overflows with pride and gratitude as we gather to celebrate the grand opening of the new Larry Itliong Unity Park in Delano. It is with immense pride and profound gratitude that I can stand before you today on this historic occasion. This moment is not just a commemoration of my father's legacy, it is a testament to the enduring spirit of community and a solidarity that he championed throughout his life. For my family and me, this park represents far more than the physical space. It symbolizes the culmination of years of dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to a vision of justice and equality. So many of us witnessed firsthand the passion and determination with which my father fought for the rights of Filipino American farm workers. And I am deeply moved to see his legacy honored in such a meaningful way. I am profoundly grateful to the City of Delano, the Chamber of Commerce, Uncle Max Bacerra, and the entire planning committee for their tireless efforts in bringing this park to fruition. Your dedication to preserve my father's memory and uplifting our community is truly commendable. And I can't thank you enough for the invaluable contributions. Your support means more to me and my family than words can express. As we stand here today, let us not only celebrate the opening of this park, but let us also reflect on the profound impact that my father's work continues to have in our world. Larry Itliong dedicated his life to fighting for equal rights and the dignity of the Filipino American farm workers, alongside his brothers and sisters in the labor movement. He believed in the power of solidarity and the importance of standing together in the face of adversity. May this park serve as a reminder of the progress we have made and the work that still lies ahead in building a more just and equitable society for all. Together, let's honor my father's legacy by continuing to strive for a future where justice, equality, and unity prevail. Thank you.
Hello, Delano community. My name is Haley Mendoza, and I am the proud granddaughter of Larry Itliong and Manuela Itliong. I just want to recognize everybody who's made this park happen. Thank you, Uncle Max, the committee, the city of Delano, and my heart just is overwhelmed with joy as well that our city has a place where we can gather, where we can have families unite, and it just makes me so happy. There's one person on my heart that I really want to recognize that hasn't got a lot of recognition today, and that's my grandma, Manuela Itliong. How many of you know that in a marriage stands a strong woman behind a man? And I just want to say thank you, Grandma, for standing with Grandpa Larry. It is not easy. It was not easy. I heard the stories. Grandma, you are amazing. You are beautiful. And I thank you, Grandma, for being strong. And ladies and gentlemen, can we give her a round of applause as well? Love you. And thank you, community. I'm so excited for this new park. And let's enjoy every bit of it.
And now we will have Sandra Itliong Bowman, and she will introduce her members of her family because there's a bunch. Okay, thank you. This is Sandra.
Hello, everyone. Eileen said, I am Sandra Itliong Bowman. These are all my children and grandchildren. We'll start from the back. Gadiano. Dorian. Gadiano. Those are my grandsons. My son Michael. My son Anthony. Oh. My granddaughter Alex. Amethyst, Sapphire, Penelope, my daughter Eileen, my granddaughter Paige, and that's who's here today with me, and my husband. He's out there taking videos, waving his hand. So happy that you're here because I wouldn't have been here without you. You drove all the way from Washington. Oh, my son-in-law Kimmer is here, my grandson Kimmer. Where's my phone? Okay. And my sister Rosa, she's out there underneath the tent. So I just want to say thank you all for coming out and celebrating this historic moment in the Itliongs family. If it wasn't for Max and Arlene for inviting me and including us in the park committee and giving us a voice, the Itliongs a voice, We probably wouldn't be here today, but we are. So let me make this not too long. Okay, I didn't want this day to go by without recognizing my brother Larry Itliong Jr., who is not here today. Love you, miss you, brother. I wish you were here. I love the treasured moments that we will be presenting here by my brother and myself. It's music to my ears to hear the stories of my father from my family. My cherished moments with my dad was when I was sitting on my daddy's lap in his big desk chair at work and at home office while he was taking a little bit of time to focus on making me happy. At his Chinatown office is where I would sit at the coffee table practicing my cursive. My dad instilled in me writing legibly was very important to him, so I practiced all the time. I would peer over at him, working at his desk on important papers or documents, and I saw myself also working what was important to him. Made me feel connected. Afterwards, we would go to lunch to Pagodas in our backyard garden. Moving the water hose from road to road was very special to me. This was early in the morning when it seemed life was slowing down. My dad would tell me about different vegetables and fruits that we grew. Cherry tomatoes were my favorite, and he always let me pick my own bowl. The Manongs and our dad deserve this recognition, and I feel honored to be here to witness and see all of you here. This moment will be cherished forever with me and in the lives of our people, in hopes that they will continue to share their stories. Thank you. Next, my daughter Eileen.
Good morning or afternoon, whatever time it is now. I'm Eileen Davis, and I want to say thank you for sharing this special day with all of my family and my friends and the whole entire community who traveled near and far to be here and celebrate this special day with all of us. I don't have any stories of my grandfather, for he passed when he was young and my family was young as well. But I do remember a time when I was in elementary school in Albany Park when I was asked to write a paper. I think I was in maybe 4th, 5th grade, is sometime in history of a turning point that changed it in time that was important. And so I wrote about my grandfather, and my teacher looked at me and she handed my paper back and said that wasn't important, that I wrote about Larry Itliong. And I felt disappointed and defeated at the time, and I wasn't upset at my teacher. I was kind of upset because I thought I was wrong. But now I feel fulfilled that the history has been changed in our books, and now our children and my children can now see that they can read about their great-grandfather, and they can read and see what he has done and what our great-uncles and our family has done for us, and that's forever changed. I no longer feel that I've done something wrong. So I appreciate all that the history, all of the things that they have done for us. Now we have a place to share. My children can now come forever and share this time and be with family and our friends, and I have a place to come to and share with you. And I love you all, and I can't wait to be able to come here each Philippine weekend and share this time. Thank you so much.
And hearing from the final Itliong, and that's serious, the final Itliong, Johnny Itliong. Everyone knows him. Let's give him a hand.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, Delano, for making this happen. Thanks to the committee. Thanks to everybody who had their hand in this. And this is something that I've learned to understand. It takes many hands to lift things. You know, what's that saying? A tide raises many boats. And I'm a boat rider, banana boat rider, and from the Philippines. Yeah. And but what I have here, I wanted to bring this out today on this special occasion. This is the one and only AWOC flag in existence today. And this is such a special occasion that I brought this out. This is everything my father represents. Delano is this flag. I cherish this flag with all my heart. I cherish Delano with my heart. I would like to say some names here because it was never just about my father. My father didn't care about recognition. My father cared about helping others, giving voice to people who had no voice. People like Pete Velasco, Philip Veracruz, Ben Gines, Andy Matan, Marano Bob Armington, Chris Menezoleva, Carlos Bulasan, Fred Abad, Bob Armington, again. There's so many hands that helped all this. Ernest Managua, who taught my father. Ernest was the creator of CIO. He was the director and the creator of CIO. He took Larry under his wing and taught him everything about unionizing and labor leading. This is one of the very first times I'm nervous to come speak up here because I'm full of emotion, full of pride, full of joy. Watching this park be built, coming here late at night as I travel up and down the state speaking of my father and of the Manongs. Every time I pass here, I stopped here. I stopped by his gravesite. Ask for his forgiveness for everything I couldn't do, but thanking him for everything I did do. I'm literally walking in his footsteps, helping people, speaking for those who need a voice. I travel up and down the United States, speaking at universities, teaching about my father, sharing his wisdom and his knowledge the best I can. I've dedicated my life to creating justice for my father, justice for the Manongs, at a high price. 3 wives, 2 families, gone. But I'm an Itliong. I'm standing here with my backup. It's my backup right here. And I've got people like Max and Arlene and so many people here. Marissa Roy, you know, Dr. Don Menabalan. She has passed, but she was the one who wrote the book, Journey for Justice. Gail, she couldn't make it today. She was the producer and director of Larry Itliong, the musical. And what an amazing musical that was. I watched it 4 times. I went back 4 times to see. I lost my father when I was 11 years old. That was such a big deal. He inspired me to keep on going, to keep on pushing, to persist and persevere in so many ways. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for honoring my father, honoring Manongs. I have at my booth, I've been carrying with me for about 25 years, maybe 28 years. There's a photo exhibit there. I also have a blank canvas. And because I was so young, when my father used to take me and my brother to the camps, and we would see the Manongs, or our uncles. I don't remember their names. I do remember their faces. So if anybody has names of any Manongs, please, there's a canvas there. I have markers. Could you please come write their names so they can be honored? honored the way they need to be, the way they deserve. We stand on the Manong generation. This is incredible. We're able to be here. I'm able to be on the news. My family's able to be on the news. We're able to come in public and speak, because when they came, there were so many laws written by the Democratic government here in California that were against the Manongs. We have gotten so far. There's a message that I want to tell people. Stop getting your feelings hurt, because real racism happened back then, not so much here because your feelings got hurt. Be strong, help each other, support each other. Speak for those who cannot be heard, help those who need help. This is what my father taught me. This is what I continue to do. I'm trying to get my foundation back up and running again so I can do more help for more people. So please, if you can, we're selling t-shirts, whatever we have there, and we're asking for donations for these things, and so we can continue the fight that my father started. Continue the fight that needs to be fought. Continue to be heard, because this is a huge step, but this is not the end. My goal is to get to the White House and get my father recognized. It was the city of Carson who did the first Larry Itliong Day a paid holiday, October 25th. And that happened about 8 years ago. And with the help of so many cities, Cerritos, Los Angeles, San Francisco, I can't even name all of them. I've spoken at all these places and brought my father's history and the Manong history, and even in Washington, with the help of Ray Pascual, Manong Ray Pascual. Ray Pascual was my father's assistant back in the day. Seattle, Tacoma, Wapico, Yakima, and I'm sure Buckley, where Sandra lives, will be recognizing Larry Itliong Day as well. I'm going to talk about a memory that I have, that my father would take me and my brother to the camps. And we would go to these camps all over Kern, Tulare, Kings County, Stockton, Sacramento. And as kids, we would go to these camps and we would be their boys for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. We would be their kids because they had none. And one of the worst memories that I had, and one of the best memories that I had, is meeting these uncles. I remember their faces, I don't remember their names. Going back to these camps, and these rooms would be empty, and I would ask, where is Uncle at? And hearing that they were gone, I knew the next day we would have to get up early and go to a funeral. So sad. My heart sunk every single time. But the fact of the matter is that these Manongs, the only flowers they ever got in their lives was the ones we laid at their graves. They deserve more than that. Let's honor them. Let's honor them with this park, with their memory, with my father's memory, with his great work. Let's continue this fight. Get their history in books, movies, plays, musicals. Let's continue this fight. And please join me with the Unity Clap. Okay, well, we're going to do the Unity Clap at the end. Sorry, it's coming. But, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. God bless all of you. It was through God's work that we were able to be here and honor these Manongs and their generation. And remember them, please.
A representative, Efrain Botello Cisneros is representing Attorney General Rob Bonta, and so is his mom. Cynthia Bonta is here, and she'd like to speak with us right now. Please welcome this very, very wonderful woman.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at magandang hapon din. You know, it's so wonderful to hear from our children because Larry Itliong was a history maker and he really was a parent. The children speaking to us reminds us that a lot of our leaders are parents who do it for their children. Is that not right, Dolores? And I was a mother activist myself during the 1965 Great Delano Grape Strike, led by no other than a solidarity of both Filipino and Mexicano farm workers, led by Cesar Chavez and Larry Itliong. I think that today, this is a unity park, and we have demonstrated that we can all be together. Ethnic groups, generations, parents and children. So the future looks good. You all, we together, are going to be makers of history. Yeah, woo! I think that that's one lesson that Manong Larry has taught me. And I continue to be a mother activist as I mentor others about our history that tells us that if we come together, there's nothing we cannot do. We say, si se puede, and we say, kaya natin. Together, we can do anything possible. I think that this Unity Park is going to remind us of that. There is a movement out there that is honoring Larry's work, whether it is naming schools or bridges or overpasses or buildings or parks. You can say whatever. Larry is remembered in many different ways. And to me, when no one leader tells you to act a certain way, and it just blossoms and erupts by itself, with each individual having their own volition to do what they want to do, it's a movement. It's a movement that is just spreading like wildfire. And I think the love for the younger generation that the Manongs sacrificed for is very evident because the young people are responding. They think about how to honor him in many different ways. But you know, I'm sure that what he would be so pleased about is if we continue to be makers of history, to be change makers in our country. We are citizens of this country. We are Americans all together. So we have to determine our future as families and as a country. I think that this is a lesson that we can learn from the example of our greatest maker of history in Fil Am history in this California, Larry Itliong Manong Larry. My son has grown up in La Paz around a family of farm worker, social justice activists and leaders, and he has taken that experience seriously. He is following in their footsteps, and he always prays for being as true to his calling as he can be. And again, without the people, your leadership will not be the best that they can be. They need your feedback, they need your support, and as a nation, we can make history.
And now Efrain Mateo Cisneros from Attorney General Rob Bonta's office.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the invitation. Really difficult to follow up someone as tremendous as Cynthia Bonta, who's really provided such great leadership to a lot of young folks, and including her son, really taught her son the values of social justice and civil rights. You know, I just want to share a little bit about like the things that I'm most excited about, and that Attorney General Bonta is most excited about. Is we were here about 2 years ago, I believe it was 2 years ago, and we did the groundbreaking event, and that was such a beautiful event. It reminded me, obviously, that green space is always so important in every community, to help families come together, to help folks from different races and different backgrounds come together, to have the young folks. I mean, I already see so much young folks back there having a great time at this park. Green space means so much to communities throughout the state of California. So that's one. And I think the other part that we're thinking about a lot as well is the impact that this park is going to leave on our community and on our young folks. The inspiration that our young folks are going to have just by seeing a name such as Larry Itliong Unity Park, I'm sure is going to spark a lot of interest to those who may not know who Larry Itliong is, to do their own research. Who's Larry Itliong? What did he do in this community and in this nation to unify us and to build better working conditions and to improve conditions for farm workers, not only in this state, but across this nation. So I assure you that young people throughout the state and throughout our nation, this is a historic moment, not only for this community, but for this state as well. Inspiration goes so far, and I can tell you firsthand, working under the leadership of Attorney General Rob Bonta. I mean, Cynthia alluded to it right now, like folks like Larry Itliong are people who really inspired him to want to create change and want to be that elected official that listens to the community. I mean, he sends us as staff to a whole bunch of community events to make sure that we're connecting with folks on the ground and building those connections and really direction from you all day to day. I mean, it goes a long way from Attorney General Bonta growing up in La Paz and seeing it firsthand, to really want to create that positive change, and being the first Filipino American Attorney General in the state of California is such a huge deal, knowing that he was inspired by people like Larry Itliong. So I just wanted to mention that the inspiration of just this park, the name of this park alone, can create a lot of change and can create an interest from our young folks to want to be those next civil rights leaders that our state needs to help build those coalitions needed to create better working conditions and continue the fight for social justice and civil rights. So we thank you all. Thank you to the Itliong family. Thank you to the Unity Committee and to the City of Delano for making this happen. And thank you for the community to showing up on such a wonderful and impactful day in the history of our community and in our state. So we deeply appreciate you on behalf of Attorney General Rob Bonta.
There are the Cynthia Itliong. Will you please raise your hand and be recognized? Priscilla and Frank Bacos, who helped paint the mural at Morningside School for like 7 days. You know, 7 colors, match 7 colors. It's a beautiful mural. Anyway, we're going to get ready for the next portion of the program.
Happens when our history's not on the page. There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong and show respect to Larry Itliong. Philippines to the States with $50 $1,000 in a dream. Became a farm worker, they wasn't paying enough, so we organized a strike with the team. When he went to Stockton at the AWOC, working with Cesar Chavez closely. Mexicans and Filipinos unite, teaming up for the Delano grape strike. They gathered up 2,000 faces to protest the low wages. 5 years later they had their way, that's when we got Larry Itliong day to day, yeah. What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong and show respect to Larry Itliong. Much love to the Delano models, United Farm Workers, Larry Itliong.
Let's hear it one more time for the Morningside Elementary School dancers.
I think they have one more song.
At this time, we would like to call on all of the Larry Itliong Host Committee members to please join us on the stage, as well as the Delano Chamber of Commerce and City of Delano Council members.
And then we're going to cut the ribbon. So can I please have all of the Larry Itliong Unity Park committee members, the Delano City Council up here. So right now, let me give it to the mic over to Catherine Paulo, and she's going to lead us in a unity clap, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see everyone here. We'll make it quick. I know we have a lot of entertainers. Before we do the unity clap, I would like to give a description of what it is. The unity clap originated from the United Farm Workers movement, which consists of most Filipinos, Filipinas, Latinos, and Latinas farm workers. Due to language barriers, many spoke little English and only spoke their native tongue. They needed a common way to communicate with each other. At the end of the day, the farm workers would start a unity clap. They would start off slow, like a heartbeat, then increase in speed. The unity clap, or common heartbeat, symbolizes the solidarity which their similar struggles and experience. In unison, all would say, Isang Baksak, which in Tagalog means one down. So if everyone can just stand up and join us in this unity clap, we're gonna start off slow, gradually increase, and at the very end, we're gonna do one last loud clap and say, Isang Baksak. Are you guys ready? Yeah. I don't know. Let's go. This is a big event, you guys, and we gotta end it off on a good note. So, is everyone ready?
Yeah. One more time.
Ready?
Okay, and now before we start entertainment, we'd like to do the official ribbon cutting, please. Could I please have the Delano City Council, our Chamber of Commerce, the Itliong family, members of our elected officials come down here to the, right below the stage here, and we're gonna cut a ribbon to commemorate the new Larry Itliong Unity Park. Okay, on three we'll say Larry Itliong. Okay? Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3. Larry Itliong! Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being a part of it. We're going to go spend a little bit of time. Entertainment will start in about 10 minutes.
This year, we would like, first of all, we'd like to congratulate the city of Delano on this unveiling and dedication of the Larry Itliong Park. So please save the date and join us for Philippine Weekend 2024 and the 50th anniversary of the Agbayani Village, October 18th to the 20th, 2024 at the Agbayani Village. So we'll be joining forces and locking arms together with the 50th anniversary of the Agbayani Village, and we are bringing back Philippine Weekend festivities 2024 bigger and stronger than ever. Thank you so much. We hope to see you there.
We're going to go ahead and start right off the bat with Robert F. Kennedy High School Cheer. We have a special dance performance for you. Go ahead and give them a round of applause, guys.
Hold on, they're doing the cheer first. Cheer first.
Everybody sit down the hall.
Yes. Okay, get set. Go ahead.
Ready!
Come on, fans, get up! Louder. Let's go! T-Birds go! Say it loud! We will win! Louder, louder. This is our show! Get it? RFK! You said RFK!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Get set fast, get set fast. Sharp.
Everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up once more for the Robert F. Kennedy High School cheerleaders. Up next, we have the Delano Bengals cheer team. Starting off with varsity, followed by their JV and peer.
Feeling like it on the floor. selling out, we ain't selling out. We got money, but we ain't lending out. We got bars, but we ain't billing out. And that pink Ferrari, we peeling out. I told Clay, bring Bob Dylan out. So cold, we just chilling out. We be yelling out. It is good to go to keep styling out. Funky fresh, with my body so melodic. This beat goes right through my chest. Everybody, Martin, Poppy came to party. Grab somebody, work your body, work your body. Let me see you when you step around. Stop it, everybody get on the floor. Take the party up, we about to get it on. Let me see you 1, 2 step. I love it. 1, 2 step. Everybody, 1, 2 step. Just so contagious, make you crazy. Jasmeet Bains. Ever since the day I started, boys jump on it. I can't control myself now. Let me do it. Great up! Ready, 1, 2, down, up.
Banta is next. The Banta team is next.
You got this, Mama!
Hiya, Bobby. Hi, Ken. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. I'm ready to go, you know it's me. Good enough to drink. We like all the colors, but we just look so good. Even when the tears are flowing and diamonds on my face, I still keep the party going. I run here out of place. Even when the tears are flowing and diamonds on my face, I still keep the party going. I run here out of place. Watch me. You will see it on my face. Watch me dance the night away. I still keep the party running. I'm right here on the place. My heart breaks, I see, when my world shakes. I see the light on the way. I don't play safe. Let's go, baby!
Give it up. Nice. And up next, finally, we have their Pee Wee team.
Sorry.
Gang if you let shit slide. Ain't bad if you gotta ride. Big guns and a lot of zip ties. Said she look like me, quit lying. Don't stop, 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 don't stop. We gon' stop kill everybody, and turn on, turn on. We gon' stop kill everybody, and turn on, turn on. All these bitches on my spent another bag on my. Nah, nigga, you ain't put the new. Heavy whip, heavy on that new. Shorty mad 'cause she ain't no. Pretty face with a Barbie doll. Another year, another Vince Lum.
Give it up one more time for Delano Bengal Cheer. All right, guys, you're in for a special treat now. Some of Delano's best vocalists are about to grace our stage. We have St. Mary's Filipino Choir, joined with a solo by Chris Matt Mateo. Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Come on.
Sa buhay ko'y ang hirap at pasakit ng pusong umiibig, magdiwala na hanggang
everybody. Maraming salamat po.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next we have our own United Filipino organization doing a cultural dance called Idal. Give a round of applause, guys. Come on. Okay. Coming up next, Again, one of Delano's best vocalists. We have Koumba. Everybody give her a round of applause, guys.
Children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I've never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be, and so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fell, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in
Koumba, how old are you again? I'm 13. Guys, come on. We can give her a bigger hand than that. If you're gonna dare to sing Whitney Houston, that's what you gotta do. Congratulations. Coming up next, we have another cultural dance. The Junior Fil Am Cultural Dancers of Delano, and along with the feedback, they will be doing Karatong. One more time, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special number, an original called Inflamed. Visiting us all the way from San Jose, we have Tiffany Urnase Berry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, going around right now is an article that I wrote that was published in San Jose Mercury News, and I am trying to do what you did here by creating this park. I'm trying to rename a street in downtown San Jose that intersects Plaza de Cesar Chavez, a main park in downtown San Jose, and I want to name it Larry Itliong Way. And what inspired me to write that article was this book, Journey for Justice, and this was the first time that I read and learned the full story of Larry Itliong and all of the work that he did for Delano and just Filipinos and farm workers, and I was so moved by it. But before I even wrote the article, I actually wrote this song. And I wrote it because I felt so much sadness and anger and frustration at all that he endured to fight for everyone. And so the song captures that, and the lyrics are on the other side of that pamphlet, and there's also a QR code for the petition if you're willing to sign it, and we want to have more representation in other parts of California. Please sign that petition as well. Maybe we can have a street named after Larry Itliong in Delano as well, too. So this is Enflamed. You didn't choose this fight. You didn't know they picked you. You only dreamed of quiet and peace, of love and steadfast virtue. You couldn't watch the hurt, injustice all around you. It stoked a fire that brimmed inside, that changed and made you enflamed and raged, untamed, unrestrained. When you speak your truth out loud, we hear your protest call. Enflamed, we became. They heard your voice and call. Your words strongly spoken. They propped you up so you could cast light on all of us forsaken, enflamed and raged, untamed, unrestrained. When you speak your truth, you don't have to stay here forever, you know. Your protest call, enflamed, we became. You still chose to fight, even when they left you, because you dreamed of quiet and peace, of love and steadfast virtue, enflamed and raged, untamed, unrestrained. When you speak your truth out loud, we hear your protest call. Enflamed, we became. We still choose to fight. We'll keep on this fight.
Do you guys know how hard it is to write a song?
Yeah, I do.
You can do a little bit better than that. Give it a round of applause, guys. Okay, guys, give it up again for Marc Barrios.
What's up, everybody? Sing along if you want. We couldn't turn around till we were upside down. I'll be the bad guy now. And no, I ain't too proud. I couldn't be there, even when I tried. I this every time. Seasons change and our love went cold. Feed the flame cause we can't let it go. Run away but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go. Said so. Oh, I know that this is torn from the get-go. Ooh, you thought that it was special, special, but it was just a special. And I still hear the echoes. Ooh, I got a feeling that it's time to let it go. Let it go. Seasons change and our love will go. Need a flame cause we can't let it go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away.
Here's another popular one. This one's called Viva La Vida by Coldplay. I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the world. Now in the morning I sleep alone. Sweep the streets I used to roam. I used to roll the dice, feel the fear in my enemy's eyes, listen as the crowds would sing. But now the old king is dead, long live the king. 1 minute I held the key, next the walls were closed on me, and I discovered that my castle stands upon pillars of soul, pillars of sand. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Remind me of my sword and shield, my missionaries in the foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name. Never known this world, but that was when I ruled the world. That was when I ruled the world. Thank you guys. I got one more for you. Sing along if you know this. Club isn't the best place to find love, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friend dead at the table doing shots, drinking faster than we talk slow. Come on over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, put the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. Sing along, girl, you like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Wow, 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 wow. I'm in love with your body. Wow, wow, wow. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of when we begin. We let the story begin. We going out on our first date. You and me were thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up the bag and I feel it perfect. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. We're living in the taxi, listen in the backseat, tell the driver make it ready, okay. Singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Wow, wow. I'm in love with your body. Wow, wow, wow. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of. Come on, be my baby. Come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be my baby. Come on. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Thank you guys so much. My name is Mark Barrios. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
661 Dance and Music School. That was a great response, guys. Give it up, guys, for Studio 661.
Promise you'll be sorry. Trust me, let me up in this thing. We go hard every day, and my girls ain't here to play. If you ain't tough, can't join a club. Yeah, we only got room for the baddest. Middle one is my team, girl, help. Don't you let these pretty faces fool you. Savage underneath. There's no limit, nothing that we can do. Whatever the problem, we know how to solve them. Work flows, it's a game. Never big fights with the girl game. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire. Work flow, it's a game. Never big fights with the girl game. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with creases, a female empire. Bow down, get back, head down, get down. Bitch, you can't match these stats. Try to get job and stay one step ahead. Bitch, you can't rack up these checks. Give it a shot, but you learn at the dance. Confident chicks with a whole new swagger. Boom. Level so high, gonna need a ladder. We got something extra hot, yummy, yummy out the pot. Going deep and we in town. You ain't know you're learning now. They say crucify, oh my god. Cruise so tight, you know we unlock. Drip so cold, we styling like ice. Cruise so cold, we do, we don't fight. Let's get it! These pretty faces fool you. Savage underneath. There's no limit, nothing that we can do. Whatever the problem, we know how to solve them. Work flows, that's the game. Never big fights with a great game. All of my ladies are fire, rolling with queens, a female empire. Hard every day. Only a room for the baddest. Ooh.
This is what need, and you know since the 10. I quarterback stack, I'm billion stack, I'm 8 bucks on a block, a game over rack up. Get up, stand up, come on, get your hands up. I was raised by loops, so don't erase the roof. I stay clean like a fresh triple beam, and in '93, it was all a dream. Talking, ask me to roll me, roll me. She got a knock like a 7-trick game, and she'll make it touch and make it jump. Hold it up. 3, 2, 1, let's go there. We came to get down, now throw your hands up and jump around. Hold it up! 3, 2, 1, let's go now! Woo! Jumping, it's a twerking, jumping, jumping, I can't stop jumping. Don't know they can go jumping. Get your birthday girl, get jumping. Dale boca, toma, jumping. Dale boca, toma, jumping. And then the rest, get party, jumping. Hold it up, jump, 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 jump. And then the rest, get party, jumping. gon' get it and we gon' get it and you gon' feel it and you gon' get it. I'm gon' get it and we gon' get it and you gon' get it and you gon' feel it. I'm gon' get it and we gon' get it and you gon' feel it and you gon' get it. I'm gon' get it and we gon' get it and you gon' get it and you gon' feel it.
If you don't believe, you don't succeed. And if you don't apply, you won't achieve. Keep your head up high, keep that low, and follow your heart and get to the door. So take the swing, now here's your chance. You got nothing to lose, make your stand. See the clock is ticking, time ain't waiting. When you're all alone, that's what your face will shine.
Get it and we gon' get it and you gon' feel it and you gon' get it. I'm gon' get it and we gon' get it and you gon' get it and you gon'
before take another minute just to give everybody a movie never seen a hitter with another. Let me get up everybody that be moving with it. Open your mouth, so get ready. Let's go. Wow. Okay, here we go again. You see the way I'm going in. I'm like a mangling with it. I be mangling the beat. They gonna be tracking. Then you see the going in. Wow. Everybody know that I'ma come and I'ma go. Then I gotta do what I be coming in and do what body to be. Then the baby giving them a show. Keys to the ignition and step on the gas. And bust a bottle and pour me a shot in my glass. Let's go. 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 Let
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Give me some of that. Everybody go.
Out to the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. Out to the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us.
Give me some of that. 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 Come and take a ride, take up all night.
Woo! You guys are awesome.
We have Marc again. Thankfully, Marc Barrios and Melody Rufino. Please give them a round of applause, guys.
Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some people just play the game. Some people think that the physical things define words within, and I've been there before, but that life's a bore so full of the superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah. Some people search for promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them.
I saw you shaking your seats.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamonds, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, and some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you. So nothing in this whole wide world don't mean a thing if I ain't got you with me, baby.
This next one is called Speechless by Dan and Shay.
You say that you're fine. Smell of your perfume. It's floating down the stairs. You're fixing up your head. I know that I'll be nice the second that I see you. You won't be surprised. It happens every time. It's nothing new. It's always on a night like tonight. God, you could read my mind. Look at me with those eyes. I'm speechless, staring at you sitting in that dress. What it's doing to me in a secret. Watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time, I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. And I'm speechless. It started when you said you said something to me, and I've been in a daze ever since the day that we met.
Probably should be happy when you
Fight it.
He was talking out with our women's event.
I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time, I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. And I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time, I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. And I'm speechless. Always on a night like tonight, you could read my mind. Look at me with those eyes. I'm speechless. You're standing there in that dress. Girl, ain't a secret. 'Cause watching you is all that I can do. Oh, I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time, I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. And I'm speechless. Thank you. This is our last one.
Doing a presentation on this. That's okay. Just it's in why. Yeah, very. I know like 2 o'clock in there is supposed to be a scholarship.
You know I'd fall apart without you.
All right, since you're still here, you get to see Sigaran Arnis Academy.
What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong.
During their demonstration, they have so kindly provided a brief history of the Philippine art of foot fighting. Long before, when the Spaniard came to the Philippines, native Filipinos already had their own sport called Sigaran. Eventually developed into a martial art during the Spanish regime. Sigaran came from the root word siga, which means kick. Hence, Sigaran, which utilizes the legs 90% of the time, while the remaining 10% requires hand activity for grabbing, throwing, and parrying. Sigaran, like any other martial art form, can be practiced anywhere. The farm rice field, where it started, forest clearing, the beach, anywhere. Basically, it is the key for sport to develop the body, mind, self-control, and confidence. In the same manner that karate originates in Japan, Kung Fu in China, Taekwondo in Korea, Sigaran is the ancient art of Filipino foot fighting, and purely Filipino martial art originated in the town of Tanay, Morong, Baras, province of Rizal, Philippines. This form of discipline is passed down from generation to generation, thus preserving its purity, originality, and uniqueness.
Split exercise, left side, move.
In the same manner, Grandmaster Hari Osias C. Banag, a 10th degree red belt, president and founder of Global Sigaran Federation, Inc., former member of the ADHOC Advisory Committee. Global Sigaran is world-class martial art now and one of the biggest established organizations in the world, and has the 19th country as branches of the performed to the celebration of the cultural heritage in San Francisco. The Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets.
Shout!
And also, recently, November 18, 2023, again for the second time in the prestigious event in the World NBA during the celebration of the Philippine Cultural Heritage of San Francisco, California. The event, Warriors versus Thunder. Delano Federation, California are lucky to have GM Banag. He established Global Sigaran Federation, Inc., DBA Sigaran Arnis Academy, right here in the heart of the city. Sigaran Arnis Academy, located at Sigaran Building, 1122 High Street, Delano, California, USA.
What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. Maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong and show respect to Larry Itliong. In a dream, became a farm worker. So we organized a strike with the team. When he went to Stockton, met the AWOC, working with C.C.H.S closely. Mexicans and Filipinos unite, teaming up for the Delano grape strike. Together to protest the low wages. 5 years later, they had the way. That's why we got Larry Itliong day to day. Yeah, what happened when our history's not on the page? There's something missing. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong and show respect to Larry Itliong. Much love to the Delano models. United Farm Workers. What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong.
Olivia, Destiny, and Katie. Unang pagsasanay. Olivia, middle. Unang pagsasanay, adjust. Okay, Katie, one straight line.
Philippines to the States with $50 in a dream. Became a farm worker, it wasn't paying enough, so he organized a strike with the team. When he went to start at the AWOC, walking with C.C.H.S. Mexican Filipinos unite, teaming up for the Delute great strike. They gathered up 2,000 faces to protest the low wages. 5 years later they had the way, that's why they got Larry and the young day-to-day, yeah. What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong. And show respect to Larry Itliong.
Olivia, pagtatanggol.
Much love to the Delano models. United Farm Workers.
With Katie.
What happens when our history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong. And show respect to Larry Itliong. To the States with $50 in a dream. Became a farm worker, it wasn't paying enough, so he organized a strike with the team. When he went to start at the AWOC, working with C.C.H.S. closely. Mexicans and Filipinos unite, teaming up for the Delano great strike. They gathered up 2,000 faces to protest the low wages. 5 years later they had the way, that's why they got Larry and the young day-to-day, yeah. What happens when the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong. And show respect to Larry Itliong. Much love to the Delano models. United Farm Workers.
Hey, over there, one straight line. Move! Roundhouse back it first. Move around. Move. Go. One straight line. Ready. Roundhouse back it. Move. Roundhouse back it. Move. Tie your belt. Bend your head. Bend your head. Move. Roundhouse back it. Move. Roundhouse back it. Move. Roundhouse back it. Move. Roundhouse back it. Jumping. 540. Move over here. Move over here because it's too deep. Move! Move! Very good. Move! Move! Very good. Right! Move! Right! Very good. Right! Right! Move! Ready, move! Roundhouse Spirit, move! Right! Roundhouse Spirit! Move! Roundhouse Spirit! Right! Roundhouse Spirit! Right! Roundhouse Spirit! Right! Ready! Ready! Roundhouse Spirit! Ready! One roundhouse Spirit! Roundhouse Spirit! Roundhouse Spirit! Natural stance, ha? Ugay. Ha? Yes, Armin.
Yay!
Much love to the Delano models.
Pointer to the left! Toot!
Out there.
What happens when history's not on the page? There's something missing that our schools just don't say. So maybe it's time that we put our stories where they belong.
Everybody, formation, move!
And show respect to Larry Itliong.
Natural stance. Ho! Ugay! Ho! Ugay, sir. Ugay. Ha! Clap your hands, everybody.
Yay, very good.
They wasn't paying enough, so
Yan si Chloe. Oo nga. Sila kanina kila ano. Ayaw mo pa ba yun? Ha? Nagaling po. Mas nakasaya po niyan. High school pa ako. Mas maano kong malung.
All right, before you go, we got a closing speech. Have a good afternoon, guys, and thank you for coming.
A little background. Erwin mentioned that the scholarship is about his mother, and his mother and my mother were best friends, and they were war brides that came over after World War II with their husbands, settled in Delano. And that's why Erwin and I are still good friends.
My father was his godfather. My mom and his mom were like that, always causing trouble together. Yes, we go back a long way.
We go back a long way. And so, and one of the things that they always did push us towards was education. So, let me just mention the three recipients. Sina Ali, Cherian,
No, Kalia.
Cherian's your mom.
Kalia.
Leo Popoy, and William Rivera. So, to know about them, and I don't mind I took the opportunity to see her read. So, in her application, she had recommendations from three of her teachers. From her business education teacher, Brian Valadao, he says, Sina's ability to effectively communicate, collaborate, and motivate others has made a significant impact on her peers in the school community. Her social science teacher, Gerardo Pedraz, he says Sina is highly involved in her community and school. She approaches all situations with humility and sincerity. She has the makings of a great human being. And then finally, her mock trial coach, Marc Pulido, wrote that Sina has the grit of a seasoned lawyer, but the compassion of a true humanitarian. She stands as one of the best and brightest students Robert F. Kennedy High School has ever produced. And then for Kalea Popoy, she would like you to know that she's a senior at Cesar Chavez High School. She's an active member of her high school's UFO club and has been for 4 years of high school, along with being an officer for 3 out of those 4 years. She's heavily involved with our school's marching band as the brass drum captain of our Drumline. And it warms my heart because when I wanted to play drums when I was going through elementary school, I was told little girls don't play.
Oh, yeah.
She is currently enrolled to attend CFUB in hopes of becoming an elementary school teacher. Last but not least, I'd like to introduce William Rivera. William, the 3 things that he wants you to know about him is he is the drumline captain at C.C.H.S High School and help lead them to become ranked 19th in the world in indoor percussion. He also helped lead the drumline during field show season to a state championship this year, this being the first state championship in any scholastic program in Delano history. He'll be attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo this fall, majoring in business administration with a concentration in finance and a minor in music. His plan is to pursue a teaching credential and back to his community by helping with the local school bands as a percussion consultant after he graduated.
We'll hire you now.
He is proud of his Filipino heritage and dedicates the scholarship to his late grandfather, Willie Capitulo Rivera. He'll use the money wisely as he continues his education and honor what his grandfather sacrificed in order for the Rivera family to exist in the United States.
Presenting Cynthia her award this year of the Eduardo S. Mina scholarship is Cameron Mina Progress. It would be fit for C.C.H.S High School to be awarded by no other than the son of C.C.H. Paul, could you do play?
I just decided to give an opportunity to congratulate all of these students for the Eduardo scholarship. You know, you're young people, you're starting off your career, and I think it's important to remember a lesson that I learned from my father. You know, for the 30-some years that he led the farmer movement, he suffered more defeats and victories. The same is true with Larry. There were strikes that were not won, but after each setback, he would get up, dust himself off, and they would go out and some more. So you're young, you're going to be working those setbacks, but don't ever let a setback keep you down. Because remember, you only lose when you refuse to get up and you refuse to fight. Congratulations.
William Rivera by Patty Itliong Serda. I'm going to say a few words about Eduardo S. Mina. She was born on October 13, 1927 in Silad, Leyte, in the Philippines. She was the daughter of Fausto Sabares, as well as her mother was Marta Duha. As a teenager, she endured the brutality of World War II. She was on the run from 1942 to 1945 as a survivor refugee. She met my father, who was part of the first Philippine infantry taking over that room. Is that he was in Leyte with the whole Douglas MacArthur crew taking back the country from the Imperial Army of Japan. They fell in love and they were married. My dad got his naturalization papers to be a citizen. However, part of the naturalization process was my two sisters and brother were taxed from the time they were born as a U.S. citizens. So my parents, they decided to, go for a better life, give everybody a clean shot, just like you. They left Manila on February 11th, 1954 and arrived in San Francisco aboard the USS President Cleveland in San Francisco. My mom, she thought, my dad always, when they sold all their things, he never wanted to treat my mom anything less than top shelf. So my mom thought that coming to the U.S. meant playing tennis, going to movies, having a great time, arriving in San Francisco, watching all these beautiful things. And lo and behold, she gets in an old late model car with my uncle, drives for hours, and arrives in Ducor, town, and that's where they live. So they settled in Ducor, California in 1954 to 1958. 4 years later, they bought their first house in Delano on 1409 Ellington. And how my mom did it, she was a fourth grade educated person because of the war. And the but yet she was very brilliant in math. Later on, when I was in college, I was doing calculus, and she was able to calculate financial futures or value of money. And I compared it to her, what she came up with versus what I came up with my old HP calculator. And we were within $50. And I'm like, how did you do that? So, years later, in 1963, my dad got his scaffolding event, and he was hired as the foreman at the percentage camp. And he became what they call a steady boy. Mom became a cook, and lo and behold, during the regular season, there was like 100 to 125 men. And she would wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning making meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And what does that mean? That means 125 plates, mugs, utensils, and do it over again at lunch. And even at lunch, when sometimes the men were too far away from home, my brother and I would pack up the truck and we'd drive the food. And the growers, some of them didn't have kitchens. So my mom said, well, you have a cook, so cooks for our family. So it wasn't 125 people. So if you can imagine my mom cooking for Delano High School every day, all of 5 foot or 4'9" or something like that, a little dynamo. She was able to really take over an area, especially at parties. So, 1965, we moved into an era where civil rights was happening, Chicano rights were happening, American Indians, women's rights, gay rights, all these things were happening. Yet we finally jumped in, and society was ripe for social justice. And so this was a really interesting time. And one of these times I'd like to, maybe after this, if we can have an open mic, or just have a discussion after this, I'd like to talk about that. So my mom and dad, when they arrived in the United States with little money, they were met with poverty, discrimination, racism, and an overwhelming language barrier. My mom never allowed the negativity of the hardships into her heart. Instead, she stayed for a message to all of her family to meet the hardships with love, education especially, and to seek a better life as the first priority. At night, after cooking for hundreds of men, she'd always tell us that not to be like the farm laborers, crawling around in the fields. The way she said it in Ilocano was, "Akarayam kagagripan." But instead, my brothers and sisters wanted to be like her, to work hard, to be honest, be honorable people despite what we did for her. So years later, my mom knew this, and she became, for about 5 decades, she became an advocate for all the aging mothers. Because she financially knew how to maneuver in the financial systems, she was able to buy homes and allow people, the mothers, after the strike, the council closed. And I don't know if you know this, but when you age out in the fields, that's a death sentence. So my mom allowed these men to live their lives out. And so with that, I always wanted to say that despite my mom's 4th grade education, she's responsible for my family's higher education achievements. 14 bachelor's, 5 master's, 1 doctorate. It yielded really good people. So, what I wanted to kind of go off script is, my mom was a true steward of an educated society. And that was the mantra of every monarch in the county, is to level the playing field by getting yourself educated and being a relevant citizen. So with all those sacrifices, I just want to say I love you, Mom. And this is why we do this. This scholarship is paying back my utang na loob, which is how I feel about paying my debt to someone else. So with that, I look for these students here to find a better life. And I'm going to go a little off script. William, you said you didn't know your grandfather. From what I read in his essay, he was 1st Philippine Infantry. So if you look around, there's a gentleman named Domi Tumati. There's a gentleman named Sam Mina. You've got a gentleman named Rick. Your dad. You've got Elena Barney. They're all 1st Philippine Infantry. So if you want to get a feel, you don't have to look too far. All you have to do is ask them. And that's how we got along. We had this thing called Bayanihan, which was community. The community was one. And always up with whoever have a chance. And these scholarships are not just scholarships monetary. It's a kind of a pledge from our community to uplift you, to support you. FANHS Museum, FANHS Chapter, FANHS Delano, Chavez Foundation, the whole city of Delano. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Eduardo S. Mina recipient.